watching J.K. Rowling derangement syndrome just go wild on the internet. The mental illness is real, guys. It's really ramping up. So first, we've got a story from Sebastian Croft, who voice acted one of the characters in Hogwarts Legacy. He had to openly address his responsibility in the making of this video game.
No, he didn't. He wanted to.
No, of course. Yeah, he did it for Twitter clout.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, this started because of a crybaby, which is the usual story. This crybaby's name on Twitter is literally @transisawesome.
Well, you're not going to get you're going to get a totally unbiased take.
Totally, yeah, totally objective. And that person is now on private, and their bio says private because transphobes are stalking this account at the moment. So we can't see what they tweeted at Sebastian Croft.
It's too bad.
So he voice acted for Hogwarts Legacy 3 years ago and is now, being asked to respond to the situation, which is he voice acted before J.K. Rowling was even at the center of any controversy about her opinions.
Stuff was 2018.
2018.
Yeah. So this would have been after that, at least a little bit after that. Yeah.
It's before everybody kind of lost their minds about it.
So she made the initial comments, but you can forgive him for not having heard about him yet because it wasn't as big of a deal as it is now. Everybody else is still mad at Trump then. So all the...
There was still the aftermath of Me Too. Yeah. It was a wild time.
They're we'll get to her when we get to her.
Once people know his name, then he has to apologize.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sebastian Croft.
It's those legs he needs to apologize for.
Oh my God.
I mean, look at this. Look at this awful outfit. He looks like he calls his mom Mummy.
Mummy.
I never want to see his hairy legs again.
No.
That's absolutely atrocious.
What does Gen Z say? That fit though?
that fit though. So here's what he tweeted in response to the backlash. He said, "I was cast in this project over 3 years ago, back when all Harry Potter was to me was the magical world I grew up with. This was long before I was aware of J.K. Rowling's views. I believe wholeheartedly that trans women are women and trans men are men." I know you guys are going to clip me saying that.
I'm literally picturing him. He's looking at it. He's being held in a chair and he's like, "I believe wholeheartedly."
There's a gun being held to his head for sure.
It's a rainbow colored gun.
As he's tweeting this with his tears dropping down on his phone screen.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. I don't believe that he was unaware of J.K. Rowling's views. It was a high profile thing. If you're involved in something affiliated with J.K. Rowling, you would ordinarily know about it. He's 21 now, so he was definitely old enough to be aware of what was going on. He wasn't a child. Then he said, "I know far more now than I did 3 years ago, and hope to learn far more in the next 3.
Well,
I'm really sorry anyone hurt by this announcement. There is no LGB without the T, heart emoji." And then he responded to Trans is Awesome, saying, "Please don't attack this person for their tweet. I understand why they would be hurt, which is why I wanted to clear things up." Another heart emoji.
I long for the days when people criticized Harry Potter for being witchcraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, right? This is what I grew up with. I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to watch Harry Potter, read Harry Potter, have anything related to Harry Potter.
I miss those
None of my friends were into Harry Potter because of that. I was in a very puritanical in comparison to nowadays.
Yeah.
I miss the Christian
that.
bigots.
I miss Moms
miss
Against
them.
Disney. We need to have some Christian moralism back so that, being subversive is subversive again, maybe.
Well, yeah.
But now we just have this new twisted version of Puritanism where you are flogged for merely acting in the same project as someone who has controversial views.
It's funny too because the new Puritanism is a thing that other people who may not actually understand the culture war completely are starting to realize, especially on Twitter. There's a pro wrestler named Austin Theory who had a thing, there was a scene earlier, a backstage segment where he gets hugged by Mia Yim, who's this female professional wrestler, and everyone on Twitter, 'cause somebody took a picture of it, they're tagging her husband in the photo and saying, "What are you doing? This is so wrong." And I'm noticing these podcasts that I listen to that they're run by Gen Xers and stuff like that, and they're like, how have we gotten less religious but more puritanical. I'm like, welcome to the conversation, dude. Like, it's been that way for quite a
Grab
few years.
some popcorn. You'll love this next part.
It's like, it's only going to get worse from here, my dude. It's like we are in a weirdly, it's like, it's almost
the same thing as Daniel Radcliffe making his weird statements for the Trevor Project,
he
like a
called
gun
them
is to his head.
Twitter Mormons, which I'm a huge fan of. Twitter Mormons. That's what he calls the people who are they're just puritanical on Twitter for the sake of, like, it's not even cool. Like, if you're being puritanical because you believe in like cleanliness, that's another thing compared to like just doing it to send photos to some dude's husband because you like drama.
Yeah.
Like, but that's, these people.
That's
man.
toxic femininity on the internet now.
Oh,
where
I guarantee
everyone
there's-
has to be equally conniving and polite at the same time.
Well, yeah, it's like as the outward politeness goes up, the backstabbing and underhandedness goes up as well, just in a different way.
I'm filing a complaint right now. You need to respond to the situation. I mean, this also feels like a continuation of Gamergate, and one person observed that. They said Hogwarts Legacy is going to kick off something approaching a Gamergate 2.0. Ironically, JK probably makes more money off of butterbeer sales at Universal theme parks than she will off of this game, but no one is willing to call for a boycott on that I'm aware of. That's true. I mean, it's, consumption for me, but not for thee. Or at least they'll keep their consumption of Harry Potter products private because they're a bunch of weirdos.
They can just get the bookbinding guy and have him erase her name from the cover of the game.
Dude, you didn't see that?
No, we that's what I'm saying. We saw that.
We covered that
yesterday.
So I'm saying, like, they can hire that guy, and maybe there can be like a computer programming version guy that can do that with like the copyright when you load the game. And like,
I'm sure a lot of people are pirating Hogwarts Legacy only because they have hatred for J.K. Rowling.
It's hilarious, like, to watch them do that, and then like, take that, lady, as she like laughs in money.
Okay, let's just play this TikTok from this streamer discouraging you from supporting Hogwarts Legacy.
Please do not support the upcoming Hogwarts Legacy
Love
game.
the flag in the background,
Friends,
by the way. Amazing.
Colleagues, cohorts, the whole lot of you, I'm asking you very sincerely, please do not stream it. Don't make YouTube videos about it. Don't buy it. And don't bloody pre-order it. The reason being is that you may not be aware that by supporting this title, you are essentially aligning yourself with some really heinous transphobic values.
Oh, thank you for educating us.
I wonder how many pre-sales he got with that.
He's probably selling the game more than J.K. Rowling has done to sell the game.
I kind of want to pre-order now.
The controversy about Hogwarts Legacy has sold more copies of Hogwarts Legacy than J.K. Rowling promoting it could ever sell. I don't even think I've seen J.K. Rowling speak on this. She's only responded to the backlash surrounding it.
It's hilarious to think of, like, what would be like the analog where I could be like, don't go support new Tyler Perry movies or something like. I don't freaking know.
Wait, let's play the rest of this. He's referring to her as Joanne.
Joanne has made it extremely clear that they see the success of this title as being vindication of their transphobic views. That, by this title doing well, that means that they were correct. And honestly, you just have to look on the Steam forums to see the kind of people that are cheering for this game. Please don't be among them. If you weren't aware of all this, I'll do a longer video after this to explain a bit more of the nuances, but I just had to say, please don't support this game. Please.
He was never going to make another video explaining the nuances because there's no nuance to it. If you buy the game, you're a transphobe. That's what they think.
I wonder if he's like doing this from like his Apple phone, like he's like, don't support the cobalt mines and like all, like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like what you've said in the past about how like people can get mad at you for not returning your cart, but do you put every item back in the grocery store every time you decide not to buy something? Everyone picks and chooses what they're outraged about and goes from there. Save me, douche canoe.
I mean, they have picked their battle, and their battle is anything remotely associated with this woman is evil.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to love Harry Potter, even if you had no awareness of this woman's existence as a child when you were first introduced to it.
So going to like Harry Potter World or going to like Universal Studios is like the gates to hell.
Well, what's crazy about this, I saw a tweet from someone who acted at one of these theme parks as like a Hogwarts student or something, like a Hogwarts school choir member at Universal. She said, from someone who was literally a poster child for the Hogwarts school choir, if I cannot buy Hogwarts Legacy, so can you. It really is that easy. This was one of the best, most memorable parts of my life, but J.K. Rowling is harming people I care about. And then someone responded very sensibly, I love Harry Potter and its world. I don't give an F about the author. I don't follow her or the drama. Politics aside, I will be enjoying a game that I pre-ordered because of it residing within the Harry Potter fantasy world that saved me when I was a kid going through dark times. And then she said, congrats on your donation to actively harming trans people.
You can't reason with extremists. You can't.
No.
They don't act in good faith. They don't act in good conscience. They use the most hyperbolic of language and then change language on a dime to fit whatever needs they have.
They love the word like actively harming.
Yeah. It's kind of like accusing without evidence, or like they love to just add the hyperbole on top, because it's like, then you say, how are you harming someone? And they're like, how are you not?
I mean, they never even go to the effort of some semblance of an explanation, which would probably be, in some small way, this adds to J.K. Rowling's wealth, which she uses to fund Bira's Place. It is a women's shelter that only caters to biological females. And if you find that transphobic, then maybe you won't buy the game.
Man, she's a
but
bad
there's
person.
there's never an explanation like that. It's always just like, you're harming trans people. Like, you can't love the thing you love because it harms trans people.
Well, I mean, to be fair, going on the other side of things, people say the same thing to us when we choose to watch things from Disney or any of these companies, and they say,
stop giving money to people who hate you.
Stop giving money to people who hate you. Like everyone says that. Twitch, I always say, like, I'm just gonna keep watching the things I like. Like maybe I'm just in a bad person because I'm not picking more of a side on either side of these things, right? Like, I'm just gonna stay in the middle here. I like what I like. I'll watch what I want to watch. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, we'll call it out on here. Luckily, we have the platform to actually call crappy stuff out on here if we want to.
Yeah.
But let's face it, we are part of the problem. We added views to Velma. We're the reason it had the biggest opening of any animated series. Like, we are adding to that problem. I don't care.
I don't think that we're part of a problem just because we viewed Velma. I think they don't care about how many people view it because we're going to post-profit age. That is more about, vindictiveness and feelings than making a profit. Otherwise, they would be making a good product that people want to watch and make organic hype about, instead of all of the press being negative to improve their SEO. But anyway,
I'm just not here to change the world, dude. Every one of these people want to act like they're changing the world, and they're doing it in the laziest, most consumerist American way possible, which is by consuming or not consuming media.
Well, they also claim to be anti-capitalist, but at the same time believe that they can vote with their dollar. If you're anti-capitalist, you don't believe that, right?
Apparently not.
Like, I don't know. There's no individual person refraining from buying this game is hurting J.K. Rowling's bottom line. Yeah. That's just it. Like, she is anti-fragile. She can do whatever she wants. She can say whatever she wants. I don't even personally like her that much. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what she's saying. If she's saying something actually evil or not, like, I'm sure I have opinions.
What is her most recent comment that was even all that bad? Like,
I mean, no, she hasn't said anything that I find, like, super objectionable.
It's been a lot of clapback.
But if she did, if she's out here saying, like, we should kill puppies or something, I still don't care.
Yeah.
It's an individual person.
Yep.
I don't care. There are plenty of evil rich people out there who I disagree with vehemently on many important topics. Yep. I'm sure J.K. Rowling is one of them. And I still don't care.
Consume the media you want to consume. Like, look, if they consumed all the media that's made for them, those things would be getting season 2s, but none of them are getting season 2s because they don't actually watch anything, because these people don't actually spend money. They all pirate everything anyways. So they don't actually, it's the same WNBA argument, right? If all the women actually went and supported the WNBA, they wouldn't have to blame misogyny for the fact that the NBA has to subsidize that league to the tune of millions of dollars.
Forever mocked by women's
year.
Wrestling.
Yeah, just the fact that, like, men get blamed for things that are for women not doing well when women don't support it either. If you want to, instead of focusing on J.K. Rowling, some stuff not succeeding, focus on stuff that trans creators are making that you want to succeed. then maybe you could make a difference.
Something that's not destructive.
And that could be the next Harry Potter franchise to blow up, get sold to every bookstore, and then become some famous video game legacy. And then everyone can buy it, except for no one's going to buy it because you don't support the things you actually believe in. Mm-hmm. You only don't support the things you don't believe in. Is worse.
What's ironic right now is that Hogwarts Legacy is the top-selling game on both Steam and Amazon for PS5.
So she's literally laughing in money.
It's the number 2 game for Xbox as well. And now they're trying to sabotage it on Steam by adding tags to the game that don't apply to it by like brute force making them the popular tags. Yeah. So they've added the tags to protest, transphobic, transphobia, capitalism, NSFW, villain protagonist, World War II.
They love villain protagonists.
And psychological horror.
Psychological horror? Oh my God.
They love and like villain protagonists. They love watching bad guys get redemption.
They're going
supposed
for an ironic thing where they're saying that J.K. Rowling is the villain protagonist.
I get it.
But and then this report said with enough submissions, users can theoretically brute force write-in tags onto a game's top 20 tags that are like custom written, that are not, there for you to select. So that's why transphobic or transphobia would be on there. But it's weird because every time that an objectively terrible game or TV show or movie comes out that these people worship, they scream review bombing. Like, we're review bombing Rings of Power. It doesn't objectively suck. We're review bombing it.
We didn't even talk about that with The Last of Us.
But they turn and they do essentially the exact same thing by, tag bombing Hogwarts Legacy. They're such hypocrites.
Dude, I love how good we have it in Western society now that tag bombing is a thing. All these people are like, the world's coming to an end. I'm so broke. I'm never going to own a home. Oh my God, my life is so difficult. But yet you live in a world where you can tag bomb something.
And this is your priority in life.
And that's your priority in life. And that's how you're spending your time. You could have literally done anything. Spend 5 minutes starting your trans charity so that you can give back to the groups you claim to care about.
Or
but your way of the way that you care about doing stuff is by tag bombing something from J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. And then these are the same people who would never have the balls to say what they think in person. They only, take pictures of you from afar in public if you're wearing a shirt or a hat that they don't like, and then they post about it on Twitter where they get adulation.
Chris Pratt was wearing they talk about Chris Pratt. He's such a bad person.
Right, exactly. They never say shit in person.
Nope.
They can't stand up for what they believe.
I mean, that's my favorite thing is every once in a while, because my guilty pleasure is still toxic comment sections. I don't engage. It's usually it's funniest when it's stuff you don't actually get. There's no more toxic comment section than anything pet related on Instagram, because anything you do with your pet, somebody's like, you're hurting it. Then everyone starts arguing, and I like watching people. It's literally a video of a wiener dog on a skateboard, and some dude's arguing because they're just I'm gonna beat your ass on it, on Instagram. That's what I love. I love the old school bravado of I'm gonna beat you up on the internet.
I'll have you know, I graduated top 10.
My dad could beat up your dad.
I'm a Navy SEAL.
Yes. So it's just one of these things that for J.K. Rowling, do you think she even cares?
She's laughing all the way to the bank.
No, she had a tweet where she said something like, I laugh every time I cash a check.
Yeah.
It's she doesn't care.
She's sleeping just fine.
Plus, she's well past that point where once you get to a certain level of fame, you almost can't care anymore. No. You have to there's so much input coming in from all sides that you wouldn't have the time of day to read everything anyways. Yeah. And I mean, she's not doing this, I'm guessing, but a lot of them dictate their social media to a social media manager anyways. So they're not checking.
She tweeted Mary Turfmas. I'm pretty sure she's personally managing.
That's what I'm going to name
account.
my Harry Potter character when I get the game.
Turfmas?
Mary Turfmas. Yeah.
Dude.
Or J.K. Rowling.
I mean, weirdly enough, in Hogwarts Legacy, you can customize your character to be trans. If we're going by their standards
as long as
of
you don't
inclusivity,
go to a women's shelter, you're fine.
It's literally Cyberpunk 2077 levels of pandering inclusivity. You can have a trans character in the game, and yet the creator of this fantasy world is supposedly transphobic.
I also love. I wish I could see the video of her like posting that tweet on Christmas Day. She's doing the giggle to her face as she's typing it. She's like.
She also types like a boomer with her reading glasses on. Yeah, with her index finger with her reading glasses down at the tip of her nose. Yeah. America's granny.
America's based granny. I'm telling you, like it's.
Wait, is she British?
She's British. Yeah.
Great Britain's granny.
Well, yeah.
Based granny.
She's she's not based. That's the funny thing. She's an old school feminist.
No, yeah.
She's an old school feminist, right? And
she's probably like virulently pro-choice.
I also don't give a crap about her feelings either, because she's the one who courted this audience in the first place by race swapping all the characters and gender swapping the characters.
Right.
And Hermione's black and Ron's gay.
She started this game.
She never made Ron gay, but
she was behind the secret of Dumbledore, which is that he is gay.
Because the whole time I was watching the movies, reading the books, I'm like, man, I wonder what this guy's into.
Dude, I watched a video this weekend about it was about the obscene nature of straight washing in movies, and I couldn't believe the level of like they don't understand the human condition in a lot of ways, because they take anything that's any type of look between two people as romantic inclination. Like, they don't understand how men interact, like how straight men interact with each other.
Oh, yeah.
They don't understand how straight women interact with each other.
They don't understand any social interaction.
No.
Because they don't have it.
No. Like, it was very interesting, like, seeing that, because they were interacting amongst themselves, so they weren't being, like, outwardly mean. Mm-hmm. It was just a genuine misunderstanding of how social dynamics work between the sexes when they're not romantically inclined, right? Like, my favorite is like the greatest thing about gym talk or gym Instagram is just the overt homoerotic humor amongst all of it, because it's just part of the culture.
I was gonna say, like, I've never seen two people say the most gay things than two straight guys that are best friends. Just facts.
Me and Dane.
I mean, I don't personally understand it, but I respect your rapport.
It's a thing. It's how dudes like, especially if you play sports and stuff like that. Like, it's just part, because the idea is that you can do that, but also be obscenely awful to each other as well.
Be mean.
Like, I've been called worse things by people that love me than I will ever be called by people that, like, the things that people that hate me hurt you because of the tone in which they're said in. People that love me have said far worse things, but it's just said in a way that's not so awful, right? It's like it's the joke. It's the meme. It says, like, women, when they say to each other, like, do I look fat? Oh my God, no, you look beautiful. Guys to each other, do I look fat? Dude, I know 5 fat people and you're 4 of them. Like, that's how me and all my friends were. Like, it's like, like, okay, here's an example. If you skate and you've been skating for any length of time, when you fall, there's 2 types of people. There's the people that check to see if you're okay, and then there's the people that laugh at you. And depending on your friend group, I had one group of people that I skated with that were the type to, like, oh, dude, are you okay? And then you have the other friends that are like, nah, you freaking loser. Hey, why don't you try not sucking next time? Have you thought about that? Like, as you're, like, laying on the ground in pain. It's how dudes are. It's the way things are. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media, and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.